Hello, I am Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz on September 16, 2012, almost 38 minutes after midnight, Birmingham. Title, Going Down. And this one's important. The world is going down. Some of the latest prophecy update titles, just the titles, should scare the crap out of you because very smart people, visionaries and dreamers and watchmen are trying to warn the world of what is soon to come, and it will come to pass. With that, I'm going to go ahead and just read some of the prophecy update titles. And on 9-4, something big is going on. Part 1, 9-3 rather, Part 1, 9-4, something big is going on. Part 2. And on 9-5, the Battle of Gog and Magog. Then on September the 9th, why Ezekiel 38 will precede Daniel 9 verses 9 through 12. And then on September 10, America in Prophecy. September the 11th, Watchmen on the Wall. I just mentioned watchmen. They are very important. 9-12, September the 12th, On the Threshold. September the 13th, Judgment, Not Warning. September the 14th, the early church believed that this day would come. And that's the end of those for now, but I also want to get to the rest of this. There are as many as a dozen movies of which are being released. Some just been released. Some will be released right about, I think, this weekend, and some others will be released within a few days. They're all depicting basically the same thing. A, pre-apocalypse. B, post-apocalypse. And you've seen these movies, and there are actually over 30 titles out, but some that are coming out today are some of the most important. And C, loss of freedom. D, fighting for freedom. E, civil war, preparing for. F, civil war has begun. These are happening, people. They are in the stages. They're preparing them now. Why do you think so many people suddenly had the same idea of the same type of movie? They're warnings. These people are smart people. They read the Bible. They are warnings. The Bible tells us, not just America, but every free country on earth, that these things are near. It's very clear the Bible forewarns us of these things that will come in the last days. Obama has signed 923 executive orders in 40 months. Not one of these executive orders are set up to defend America from our enemy. They are all set up to take America's citizens down to a more manageable level, and you can call it whatever Stalin called it and whatever Hitler called it. Obama signs 923 executive orders, more than any president, even during World War I and World War II. Why? The why is easy: a simple and quick takeover of the United States of America. The main orders needed are modes of transportation, the highways and seaports, then all the gasoline, fuels, and lands where fuels are being pulled from. They take over the airways, all aircraft, mobilize civilian patrols. They took over the health, They've already done that. They're taking the housing. They're going to take the railroads, and it continues. Did you know, please listen to this, did you know that Stalin and Hitler did all this on a dozen executive orders? A dozen. Obama has 923. That means he wants a total 100% control of every aspect of every person in America, where you can use the bathroom if you have a job. If you're not wanted, you will be eliminated. That is a fact, you guys. Listen. So with these executive orders, you know, there's something that they didn't count on. But first, let me say this. Stalin and Hitler killed in excess of 100 million people, right? So take today's population, and that may compute to over 1 billion people. If we're killed at that rate, now keep in mind, Stalin and Hitler was just in Europe. Keep in mind, with some type of world war, that'll compute to a minimum of 1 billion people. And that's the bad news. The Bible says 1/3 of the world's population will die. And then later on, the Bible says another 1/4 of all people will die. That's a half of the world population, or 3.5 billion people. It's going to happen, y'all. But it doesn't have to happen to everybody. Now, the good news. Listen up. The good news. I have 2 of them. Number 1, ask Jesus to save you. Ask him into your heart. You'll be spared these things. And the other, had during Stalin's time or Hitler's time, if in comparison to the population then and today, if 1/3 of the people in that time had not given up their guns, if they kept their guns, and each person had 22 bullets, there would have never been a Holocaust. Hitler would have never killed that many people. Stalin would have never killed that many people. There would have been no takeover. 1/3 of the population kept their guns, and each had 22 bullets. We would not be talking about this today. America will remain safe as long as we keep our guns, because we have well over 150 million guns and probably several billion bullets. America will remain safe as long as we keep our guns. We'll be safe from Muslim, Islamic terrorists on our soil and martial law that will do the same thing just about. Lock you up, ship you away, and eliminate who is a threat. And then we will not allow, and to be honest, I do not believe it's going to happen in America, not as long as we are here. They know that. They know they cannot win. But last, we will have a rapture one day. It's biblical. Then, only then, America will fall. But as long as we keep our guns, the Second Amendment, no one can win. They'd be foolish to try. Jody Wolf, Expoz.